We have just moved to Australia and gotten settled in our apartment at Surfers Paradise in Gold Coast, Queensland. And luckily, we arrived the country just before Australia's National Day, Australia Day. And what Polly and I will be doing today is Australia's highest external building climb at Q1, the tallest building in Australia. We figured it would be the perfect way to start our journey here in Gold Coast. It will give a perfect view of all Australians celebrating on the beach and in nearby parks, and it's the perfect metaphor for us seeking new heights and conquering new challenges here in Australia. The only trouble is, of course, we're both terrified of heights, so let's see how it goes. So we have moved to Australia to start the next chapters of our lives. And during the first few days, we stayed at an Airbnb and rented a car, and we were really occupied with finding relevant apartments and trying to get settled in.
Your destination is on the right.
But the Gold Coast has a very competitive rental market, and so when we asked Reddit for tips before moving, they were shocked and appalled that we hadn't secured an apartment before arriving, as it can take a lot of time. And one of the first places we inspected had over 120 applicants. However, through a decent portion of luck and grit, we found our dream apartment very quickly and was able to move in 2 days after. Here is our living room. Probably need a bigger TV at some point. Got balcony exit out here if you want to the beach. A little bit messy, of course, since we're just moving in. This is our bedroom. That's me. And then guest room. Now it's my home office. Don't mind all the cables and whatnot. I'm gonna put a sheet on there. We actually have 2 beds, 2 guest beds, so you can come visit. The other one I've shoved into the closet here. And of course, the Polly and John rug that I made it all the way to Australia. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The spot is perfect for us as it's super central and close to everything, which is very good as we don't have a car yet and public transport is somewhat limited in other parts of the Gold Coast, at least compared to what we're used to in Hong Kong. The only slight downside is that we had originally hoped to be closer to the hospital that Polly will be working at, but it's just a 30-minute trip with a little bit of walking, so not the end of the world. Honey, what's happening? Yeah, I can't trust Google there, supposedly. We'll make it in time. I'm just gonna run a bit. Let's run a bit. And so we spent a few days getting all the stuff we needed for the apartment and opening the boxes we had shipped in advance from Hong Kong. We also had to begin dealing with all other aspects of our move, such as opening a local bank account, applying for a Medicare card, and if you want to learn more about all of these processes, let us know. Anyways, once settled with the apartment, we were then ready to do a bit of fun and exploring, which coincided with Australia Day, Australia's National Day, which is celebrated annually on January 26th. Australia Day marks the arrival of the first fleet of British ships at Port Jackson, New South Wales in 1788. And for many Australians, Australia Day is a day to celebrate the country and its achievements, with events and activities such as barbecues, concerts, fireworks, and citizenship ceremonies. It is also a day to reflect on Australia's history, including the experiences of Indigenous Australians and the impact of British colonisation on their culture and society. In recent years, there has been growing controversy surrounding the celebration of Australia Day, with some Indigenous Australians and their supporters calling for the date to be changed out of respect for the history of Indigenous dispossession and suffering. Despite this, Australia Day remains a significant day for many Australians and continues to be celebrated in various ways across the country. And so for Australia Day, while most Australians were either at the beach or home celebrating with family, we decided to take on a big challenge by climbing on top of Australia's tallest building, Q1. As we're both terrified of heights, it was with mixed feelings we headed for the building, which is just a few-minute walk from our apartment. Once arriving Q1, we were told that you're not allowed to bring anything whatsoever on the climb, And while it totally makes sense, as the danger of dropping something from over 200 meters above ground can have devastating consequences, it was at first a bit disappointing as we were hoping to share videos of the experience with you all. However, we remind ourselves that the main thing is that the two of us were experiencing it together, and that we were not doing it for fame or glory, and so we approached it with an open and positive mind. And then, after that, we're going up here to climb on the outside of the building.
Good luck.
You afraid?
No. I'm well trained.
You're gonna be afraid later.
I know.
I'm terrified. Overall, while we were much higher up in the air than our urban roping activity that we did in Copenhagen a while ago, we both felt that it was less scary. In part because you largely walked on metal stairs as opposed to thin ropes. However, at the very top you were challenged to lean out of the building, which was super scary and we were both quite stiff. Though, at least we leaned out as the rest of the participants opted not to, and so we were proud about that. Overall, it was a fun and thrilling experience, and we think it was a somewhat affordable price considering the type of activity. Beyond the thrill, what made it extra special for us was to take in the sights of the Gold Coast, our new home. It was fantastic to see the beautiful endless beach stretching north and south, with all the lovely Australians gathered at the beaches and parks celebrating Australia Day. Look at all those ants in the water. And to see the beautiful mountains and hinterlands to the west, and the magnificent Pacific Ocean to the east. And of course the busy, beautiful city below.
It is a really great experience and a recommended activity if you become the tourist to Gold Coast.
Yeah, the only downside is we couldn't really show you the video of it. Yeah, because of safety, because if something drops from that building,
Yeah,
300
hit
meters
somebody.
down, you can
Yeah.
kill somebody.
Indeed.
You get at least $100,000 fine, but up to 15 years of prison. So,
Yes, we did great.
yeah, and so the whole experience takes about 90 minutes.
90 minutes, and then with very detailed talk about the harness, the safety, and there will be a coach guiding you up and down.
And what's nice is that you'll also, at the top, you'll also get a little bit of sightseeing, kind of
Not a little bit.
being
a lot.
told where the various
Yeah.
stuff are.
Yes,
And Gold Coast is beautiful.
really beautiful.
From
It's a nice way to see the whole city here.
and lots of other things we're going to explore in the future.
Yep. See you guys.
And that concludes our video, and we look forward to sharing more of our journey here in Australia. We will continue to share more about the activities and challenges that we do, but let us also know if there are other sides of our lives you want to learn more about, such as migrating to Australia, work, or other things. We're anyways happy to have you with us on this journey, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Stay awesome,